Due to the radiation that killed millions of people, the cities were abandoned, and survivors are struggling to meet their basic needs. A girl named Anna is also one of them who is going to the city to get some supplies while wearing a protective suit. She returns home with stock, and after reaching the house, she takes off her suit. Her home was surrounded by mountains, and that was the reason radiation couldn't reach there. She cleans her body and takes a shower to get rid of the radiation that might be present in her. Anna sleeps after getting tired. The next day, she goes to see the trap she fixed with her dog, but she cannot find anything. Suddenly, her dog runs away from there and she moves behind it. She reaches a strange car, and meanwhile, her dog runs from there when it sees someone. Anna hides at a place to witness what her dog had seen. She glimpses a man who comes near the car while wearing a suit named John. He checks radiation through his machine, but he doesn't find any radiation there. He could not control his joy and removed his suit while shouting. John moves forward and Anna comes to his car as he leaves, but her dog was dragging her with it. Anna moves with the dog and finds John, who was taking a bath under the waterfall. She immediately rushes to him and warns him to get out of the water. He gets scared and alert after noticing a gun in Anna's hand. He immediately takes out his gun and points it at her, but Anna explains to him that she is not there to harm him. This water is radioactive because it comes from the city. John gets panicked after hearing it and he obeys Anna and comes out of the water immediately. But the radiation had already entered his body and, due to it, John's condition worsens as time passes. He starts vomiting and comes near his car to take out an injection that can save him from radiation. But he was not able to inject himself and asked her to help. Later, she brings John near her home and cleans him while throwing water at him. Even after getting inside, John was not able to recover from the radiation. She brings medicine for him, but even that couldn't help him with his condition. She was taking care of him, but when she comes to check up on him at night, she notices he has a high temperature. He was moaning due to pain, so Anna applied cold water bandages on him. The next day, when he wasn't in his senses, she worried about his health. Gradually, he recovered, and she was talking to him while sitting with him in the evening and showing him a photo album. There was a picture of Anna's brother in it, and she reveals to him that she lived there with her father and brother. Her father died because of radiation, and then one day, her brother went to bring supplies but never returned. After hearing this, he becomes depressed and begins staring at Anna. He questions her when she is cultivating in the fields. "You have a tractor, then why don't you use it? Why are you cultivating without it?" Anna says we need fuel to drive the tractor and we don't have it. Meanwhile, John reminds her that there is a gas station at a distance. She says there isn't any worker who will give me fuel. John replies, "You have been living here for a long time. Even then, you couldn't get the fuel." Anna calms him down after hearing this. "Don't worry, I will bring fuel from somewhere soon." She moves to the station and brings fuel, then fills it in a can. He was watching her doing this from a distance. Anna thanks John after reaching home and says, "I forgot this while living alone that I can take out fuel myself." He agrees and says, "We feel this while living alone because I also used to live alone in a bunker. I lived there alone like you, and I used to feel my life was stuck. I am an engineer, so I thought no matter if I will die, I will move out of the bunker. I will enjoy my free life, and that's why I built that strange car and the suit to move out." Anna goes fishing the next day. She catches a fish later, she cooks it and enjoys it with John. She reveals that she had a generator before, but now it was damaged. John moves to check it immediately but fails to repair it. Then he comes to the waterfall with Anna and gets an idea. He explains to her that we have to make a huge wheel of wood that can be used as a natural generator with the help of a waterfall. Anna impressed with his idea and they return home while discussing how they are going to manage the wood required for it. Meanwhile, John suggests that we can make a huge wheel while breaking the church. But Anna forbids him from doing this because this church was her support when she was alone. He explains to her that she won't need to go to church if she prays from the heart. Having said that, Anna moves to do cultivation. Now John comes to a deserted supermarket and finds a few beer bottles. He starts drinking them while sitting there and drinks even more when Anna gets there. He was overly drunk, but she somehow managed to bring him home. John was shouting at her and, due to this, she moved from there, upset and angry. He brings breakfast for Anna the next morning and apologizes for misbehaving the night before. She says it is okay, I am not angry, just relax. At night, they were having a candlelight dinner. Suddenly, Anna starts drinking more than him. She became intoxicated and lost her senses as well as body control. In the end, she proposes that they get married. John, however, refuses her, saying, "We have other problems to solve. We will think later about marrying." The next day, she was with her dog in the forest. Meanwhile, her dog stops near a man while running from her. His name was Caleb and his condition was very poor. He asked for water from Anna. She takes him to her home. John points the gun at Caleb but Anna stops him and explains that he doesn't need anything from us except water. She helps him and gives him water to drink. Caleb reveals to them he was living in a cave with his friend at a distance. His companions died because of radiation and he moved out from there to save his life. He requests them to allow him to live with them for a few days, and John allows him to stay outside the house. However, Anna says we should keep him inside. Caleb asks John while having food how did he come there? John explains that he was going toward the north and then a boy ran to him. He was younger and his condition was very bad. The boy was trying to snatch his food but his condition declined within a short time. After that, he came here while leaving that boy there. Anna shows him his room after dinner but John scolds her saying, "What are you doing? You don't know anything about him yet. It will be better for you to stay away from him." She replies, "John, what are you saying? You are suspecting me? Now tell me why you didn't tell me about that boy?" He explains to her that he wanted to tell her but he didn't dare to tell her everything because she may not be able to bear it. After hearing this, Anna becomes depressed and says, "I lost my father, and my brother went missing. Now I have much courage after losing my family so I could hear it." John exposes everything that the boy was none other than her brother but he killed him by shooting. Anna couldn't control herself and started weeping. He apologizes for this and she forgives him. On the next day, John moves with Caleb into the forest for hunting, and they bring an ostrich home after hunting it. They have the ostrich for dinner at night and discuss the wheel after it. Caleb says we can't break the church to make the wheel and we should not do it because the church is a good place to pray. But this time, Anna says to John, "You can do what you think is right, and I will support you." The next day, they start making the wheel after breaking the church. Anna and Caleb were getting closer and due to this, John feels bad. He explains Anna that he isn't getting hurt from what she is doing, because this is her life, and she has the right to spend it with whomever she wants. She replies, "You are getting it wrong, there is nothing like this," and leaves while weeping. The next day, they have already made half of the wheel and after having candlelight dinner, they come near the pond for enjoying. They play a game while moving inside the pond and Caleb throws a bottle in the water. Now John and Anna will find out the bottle on their turns. John moves to find it but he couldn't, then Anna moves in search of the bottle. She celebrates coming out of the water, where she had found the bottle, but she lost it due to its slippery surface. Caleb doesn't believe Anna, that's why he moves downside the water to check the bottle. John again feels jealous about this. After getting out of the water, he wishes to Anna that he is ready to get married. They move to a room to make out but he sleeps due to overdrinking. Anna couldn't control herself and moved to Caleb. They enjoy the night together. The following morning, as she sat at the breakfast table, Caleb joined her, and John once more acted greedily. He feels something is wrong but Anna doesn't sit there and leaves. Later, John and Caleb move for the last task of making the wheel. He makes him understand that Anna and I have become closer because of your arrival. Thanks for coming. But hearing this, Caleb replies, "You can't lie and you don't seem good while lying. Actually, you didn't want me to come here ever." John doesn't answer him after this, and they go to complete the wheel. Now their wheel was ready to use and Caleb's foot slips when he was coming upside through rope after wearing the suit. John saves him while holding the rope, but the second time, both make eye contact, and Caleb sees hate for himself in John's eyes. The scene cuts to John returning home without Caleb. Anna reveals in front of him that she has made a huge mistake last night. She says, "I wasn't in my senses because of being drunk, I slept with Caleb." After hearing her, he says, "No problem Anna, I forgive you, so just relax." Caleb has gone with his protective after thanking us. Anna gets panicked after hearing this and suspects John. She comes out of the house and checks but doesn't find anyone. Due to it, Anna becomes depressed and doubts John. After a few days, John had successfully started the generator with the aid of the wheel, so there was light in her home. Now Anna enjoys it. The next day, she reaches her house's store for taking some stuff and sees a piano. It was in the church before but after breaking the church John has placed it there. She starts playing the piano. Meanwhile, John arrives. Considering her eyes, we can conclude that Anna has discovered everything. Her trust has been broken and in her grief, Anna plays the piano after it. The film ends with silence but for the only sad tune made by Anna. Thanks for watching and don't miss out on the next movie recap displayed on the screen.